Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs with Ridge. In terms of today's video is to show you my updated everyday carry. It's 2018. I know I've done videos about this before the last year, maybe a couple years ago, but made a little bit of modifications, not much. The core of what I've always carried is still there, just with some minor alterations. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, folks, I'm going to start with the heart of concealed carry, which is your belt. This is an Aries belt. I love this one. I love the flat buckle. I love how easy you don't have to do any of those stupid Cobra buckles, which I absolutely despise. This is easy and it locks in just like that, and it's a friction lock. This belt is a couple of years old. It's still as stiff as the day that I bought it. You can see how much use that it's gotten, but I am squeezing this as hard as I possibly can and it doesn't fold it in. That's how sturdy these are. Good people over there. Like I said, they have great customer service, and I love Aries belts, and this is the one that I carry every day. I got a link to all of these items in the description box down below, so if you see a piece of equipment that you like, their link for it will be down below. All right, so we've got our belt covered. How about a holster and a pistol? That's kind of important, wouldn't you say, for everyday carry? Well, here it is, my trusty Glock 19 that I've had. This one here, I don't know how many rounds it's got through it, but it's got a lot of rounds through it, tens and tens and tens of thousands of rounds, and it still works. It's had some stippling done. My Glock is, the internals of the gun are from Glock. I don't do any modifications, any stupid special triggers, any, titanium buffer or, recoil springs, none of that crap. Gaston Glock knows how to design a gun better than any aftermarket gunsmith, so just leave it alone. So it's all stock parts, all stock, everything internal from the factory. The sights that I'm using these days are the Ameriglow. I love Ameriglow sights here, and I'll put links to those sights down below, as I said already. So that's my pistol. You may be wondering about my ammo, okay? HSTs, no mystery there. Although this gun loves Gold Dot and it also loves the Winchester. I don't think you can go wrong with any one of those. The holster that I'm using these days, Raven Concealment Eidolon, is an Appendix holster. As you can see, it's got a claw to tuck the butt of the pistol in, so it's very non-noticeable when you're wearing even tighter t-shirts. Love the straps. These come with clips. If you don't like these snaps like I do, these will come with clips. You can just clip under your belt, but I run snaps because I don't want my holster to come off with the pistol when I draw it, like happens all the time in class with people say, oh, I've never had a problem with clips. Well, until you do. So I use snaps on that. I also like this wedge. It helps to make things comfortable. So that's a Raven Concealment Eidolon. Magazine holder. Of course, my High Country holster, you can see the wear on there of a High Country holsters is We the People Constitution one. Carry a couple spare magazines on my support hand side. And of course, on my gun side, I wear just a standard Glock magazine pouch right here. These are cheap. I think they're $10. These are great magazine pouches for you guys out there that don't want to spend $50 and $60 on a magazine pouch. And I wear this on my gun side. I wear this on this side, if I ever have to use my gun one hand only, and I'll put a link to this as well. Okay, let's talk about lighting. This is my Streamlight stylus. This is a great general use flashlight. It's small, uses AAA batteries, and if I need to find keys or the lock in the dark or anything else in general, this is my general utility light. It throws a pretty good beam, and for such a small flashlight. You could even use this as your main light if you wanted to. I just use it as my utility light, to look for things. Streamlight stylus, it's like $20. And this is my main light. It's very bright. This is a Streamlight and a Polytac. These are inexpensive lights. I think they're 40, 45 bucks. They're not that expensive, and they're durable. A friend of mine actually dropped one of these lights 3 stories off of a construction site, and it stayed on and hasn't affected it in any way, shape, or form. And I love the Streamlight handheld lights. When I was a police officer, I used a lot of Streamlight products, and I like these as well. Although any quality handheld light will work for you, really like the Streamlight stuff. And this is a polymer body, and it's extremely bright. At nighttime, when it's pitch black out here at the Ridge, you can really get a lot of good throw on that light. So Streamlight for my actual gunfighting light. Knives, Emerson's always going to be there for me. Love their stuff. This is a Emerson Combat Fighter, hand etched by Ernie Emerson himself. I'm not saying that you have to get one that's hand etched by Ernie Emerson himself, but Emerson knives, as far as cutting or anything else you need to do for them, a good folder knife that I really like. I love Emerson knives, and I've used them for a long time. Oh, utility knife. I know some of you guys out there, when you cut open your ammo boxes and dump them into your ammo cans, right? You just need a knife. Well, this is one. This is given to me by a friend of mine, Jeremiah. He gave me this knife. This is a Mercator, and this is made in Germany. And this is just a small, slender knife. You can see how small this thing is and how thin it is. You can put this in a pocket. No issues whatsoever. I mean, this thing is slick, man. And if you have to wear dress slacks, have to wear tight blue jeans, you cowboy wranglers out there, this will fit in there just fine. And I love this. It's a nice blade, and it holds a good edge. And I just use it for general cutting, opening up mail, right in there. All right, so let's get to the medical portion. If you all aren't carrying medical stuff on your body, you're wrong. You need to start doing it. At a minimum, I would carry a tourniquet on there. I would carry a tourniquet to stop bleeding on appendages, okay? If you got a neck wound, you probably don't want to use this on your neck, obviously, because it's a tourniquet. The Spanish would call that a garrote, but we are gonna just worry about the tourniquet for stopping bleeding on limbs. So I like this one, soft T tourniquet right there. I like the metal windlass, although the cat tourniquets work just as well. But I really like this one. It's got a metal windlass, and I like to rubber band it so that it'll fit tight. And I usually put these in my cargo pocket, or you could put it in a regular pocket as well. I mean, you can slide that right on in there, no problem at all if you have to do that. So put a link to that one as well. Carry a quick Clot combat gauze, because you need to plug bullet wounds. Even if it's on an appendage or anywhere else, you'll still need to plug it up. And I like this because it's a hemostatic agent. It stops bleeding, and this is a very small package as well. Also carry a pressure bandage. This is an H bandage is what I like to carry. So people are like, why isn't it in the package? Well, I'm not really worried about sterility, you know, because like they just got shot or run over or cut. I'm not really worried about the sterility because they're going to debride it at the hospital anyway. So I leave it out of the package. That way, when I've got to put it on somebody or myself to stop bleeding, I don't have to screw around with trying to rip open a little plastic baggie with bloody, slippery hands. So I'm not really too worried about sterility on that. I just want to stop bleeding. And as you can see, it's already ready to go. All I do is deploy it, and I'll be able to put the pressure dressing down just like that. This is a good one, a very good dressing. I like the H bandage quite a bit. And of course, rubber gloves, because I don't know anyone's habits out there or lifestyle choices. I'm going to make sure that I protect myself in just a little small Ziploc baggie with rubber gloves that I'm going to put on if I'm treating somebody else. If I'm treating myself, you know, I probably don't need to put on the rubber gloves because you can't really give yourself an STD. All right, and as far as internal motivation, I carry these challenge coins in my left pocket because whenever I put my hand in my pocket, I feel these, and it's kind of just an extra motivator for me, and each one of these has a lot of significance. This one here was given to me by Paul Howe of CSAT. It says, educate, train, lead, protect, and live the example. This is for me personally, so whatever, if you want internal motivation, go ahead and do that, but I always keep that in my left-hand pocket because he embodies professionalism to me. And so I try to just remind myself of that every time. And of course, my other challenge coin here, this one was given me by Bill Rogers himself when I shot advanced at Rogers and pistol. Probably one of the most meaningful coins that I've ever gotten. So this always reminds me to not only be professional like Bill is, but to also maintain a high skill level and high proficiency level. So that's just internal motivation. So that's my updated everyday carry. I will carry a backup gun. If I'm wearing pants, like I usually wear a 38 revolver for backup gun. You can carry whatever you want to. I look at a backup gun as that it's free. I don't carry one all the time simply because it's a lot to do depending on what you're doing. It's not that big of a deal. If you want to carry one, great. If not, you're still not it's not a big deal, so don't worry about that. But those are my items that I use for everyday carry. That's what I use and carry with me no matter where I'm at. That is my foundation. That's what I do. Hopefully you got some good ideas from this video. If you liked the video and you liked the information contained within, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. If you want to follow me on Facebook, that link is down below as well. And if you want to get some training on that pistol, you want to learn how to actually use it, defend yourself and your family with it, come on out to Valor Ridge and we'll teach you how to do just that. This is Reid Henrichs with Valor Ridge, reminding you the lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. We'll see you on the ridge.